So we already have our trellis up. The trellis is to allow the cucumbers to grow vertically so we can take advantage of the ground space to grow root vegetables. We have some bunching onions here, and we have some leeks back here. On the other side we have some radishes, and we have, on this far end, we have some beets, also with some weeds. And so now we're gonna transplant the cucumbers in. It's just now warm enough to start transplanting them in. I have about a 12-foot long trellis. I'm going to plant them about a foot apart. Many people recommend 18 to 24 inches apart, but I find that if you put them closer together, you get a pretty bountiful harvest, as long as you do a crop rotation afterwards to replace nutrients. So I'm going to start basically spacing them about a foot apart and just see how many I get in. I'm going to put them on either side of the trellis so that as they grow up the trellis, they don't unequally weight one side of the trellis. So it's about a foot.
And these bamboos are just markers. They're not for the cucumber to trellis up.
Correct. I'm just making sure I have the spacing I want to get enough plants in. So right now I have markers for 9 plants, which is pretty good. 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So we're going to do 9 plants. I'm going to put the bamboo down. So I'm going to be careful not to lean into the bed, keeping the soil nice and fresh. Sometimes what I like to do is lay the plants where I'm going to transplant them before I transplant them. So I take the plant by its roots. I never grab it by its stem to make sure that I don't harm the plant. Right now the roots look pretty spread out, so I'm not going to break them up. If they were wrapped around the soil a couple times, I would unwrap them so that the plant didn't become root bound as it's growing. So where I have my stake, I'm just gonna pull the stake out. I'm gonna dig down deep enough to put it in. I'm gonna cover it up, and I'm just gonna give it a little light tamp into the earth just to set it in place. And that's about it. I'll come back and water it in after I'm done planting all of them.